Hello, in this video we will discuss about the evolution prokaryotes to eukaryotes. We will discuss in this video. So basically is the first hypothesis is the vent hypothesis. Hypothesis is the vent hypothesis mean the deep ocean which that is a hot hydrothermal vents are present during the early life of the living organism. So in this way the 120 degrees Celsius temperature required for the archaeobacteria. This archaeobacteria is basically the initial bacteria which that is the precursor of the life. So here is the temperature is the hydrothermal vents which that supply energy and raw material to the living organism archaeobacteria. So in this way, basically is the precursor of the photosynthesis. So the light will be more um, and the lightning as well as thunderstorm, which that create the light and create the nucleotides first, and that will be again produce this archaeobacteria. This mechanism is the different, but we will discuss about the vent hypothesis. So in this way here is the photosynthetic organism will be formed, which that is the hydrogen sulfide which that is used as compared to the water in the present time, and the sugar produced by the fixation of carbon dioxide and photosynthesis. So this is the photosynthetic organism will be produced after all. So the water is the same later on will be used for the photosynthesis for the hydrogen for production of glucose as energy. So here is the environment, atmosphere which contain a more oxygen due to the photosynthesis of the living organism, and in this way the autotroph will be developed first for the production of photosynthesis, and ozone layer will be formed due to the oxygen. So the O3 formation for the filtration of the ultraviolet radiation for the creation of the new style of living organism and production of plant for fixation of carbon dioxide and produce the oxygen more. So the changes 420 million years ago will be occur this manner. So this was the vent hypothesis. While we will discuss about the endosymbiont hypothesis, the Lynn Margulis, which that is provide this, and the first cell is basically the prokaryotes will be formed, and 3.5 billion years ago it will produce the prokaryotes. Pro mean before and karyon mean nucleus. So that without nucleus it is the bacterial cell, and the glycolysis is the important step for the production of ATP and NADPH as a energy by the breakdown of glucose, and this is the initial step without using oxygen, so the light is used for the photosynthesis. So here is the flagella we use for the movement, and cytoplasm is here, and cell wall and DNA. So these can be a non-photosynthetic and photosynthetic bacteria, which that is the photosynthetic bacteria evolve first, and the eukaryotes arise 1.5 billion years ago, and in this way the eukaryotes mean true nucleus will be formed. And how it's possible, let's begin to understand. Here is the amoeboid prokaryotes. This amoeboid prokaryotes is the anaerobic mean without oxygen it can live by the using of carbon dioxide, and here is the aerobic organism, a living organism, bacteria, which that contain plasmid itself, and it will use the oxygen to respiration, so the Krebs cycle can be occur. So it can be endocytosed by the amoeboid prokaryotes. So the amoeboid prokaryote, when endocytosed this, it stabilized and instead of indigestion, so it will not digest but maintain, and in this way the mitochondria will be developed. That is why the mitochondria contain DNA itself, circular DNA, and replicate itself also. So the spirochetes is the bacteria which that is provide attachment with the plasma membrane for the flagella, and that flagella is due to the spirochete, and this means it can be moved. Before this, amoeboid prokaryotes will be moved through a cytoplasmic streaming. So here is the development develop into mitochondria. This organelle-like structure and produce the eukaryotes. You mean true nucleus will be formed, and this there are different organelle will be formed by the endocytosis, and the plasma membrane will be wrapping around. So that is why the double membrane organelle are present in the eukaryotes. So in this way, here is the mitochondria. Chloroplast will become from the cyanobacteria endocytosis. So the cyanobacteria is the blue-green algae, which that is endocytosis, and it is the prokaryotes, and it is used for the photosynthesis. So that this is the photosynthetic organism. It can be invaginate and to become a modified as a chloroplast and use the light for the production of ATP and production of glucose, and it is the autotrophic lifestyle can be happen. So this is the eukaryotic lifestyle. So in summary, we will discuss aerobic. Aerobic bacteria will be endocytosed in the prokaryotic amoeboid host, and after the spirochetes will be bind also to become a flagellated amoeboid cell. So the amoeboid form contain mitochondria. So this mitochondria is the aerobic bacteria which that use the oxygen to respiration, and in this way the Krebs cycle and electrons transport chain can be possible for production of more energy. So that is the life meaning. So the amoeboid form containing mitochondria, and in this way here is the nucleus is the same mechanism for the endocytosis of the genome. So different type of genome on the basis of requirement for the survivalship of the living organism can be uptake the genome, and genome can be formed due to the thunderstorm, and the lightning will become a raw material to become a nucleotides. So first RNA to become a DNA. So here is the cyanobacteria blue-green algae will endocytose to become a autotrophs, and ancestor amoeboflagellate will be formed, and here is the autotrophic eukaryote cell will be formed, and in this way the nucleus are present and the spirochete are present, spirochete to become a flagella, and the sunlight is used for the production of energy through a chloroplast. So the chloroplast is the organelle is come from the cyanobacteria. We can assume regard to the Lynn Margulis. And on the other hand, if the cyanobacteria will not endocytosed, so in this way the heterotrophic lifestyle will be occur. This heterotrophic lifestyle mean without a light using the dependent to the another living organism for the using of energy and the consumption after the digestion to produce energy through a organic material. So in this way, the endocytosed of the bacteria or other living organism, and this is the dependent to another living organism as a host. So this is the host, and the basically can be an endocytosed and use energy. So the heterotrophic eukaryote cell is obtain energy by eating another organism, while on the other hand the next we will discuss about the main mechanism on the basis of the mode of nutrition. So first of all, the virus can be occur due to the genome. So the DNA containing virus which that become a prokaryotes after all, and these prokaryotes basically the prokaryotes mean pro mean before and karyon mean nucleus will be formed, and the precursor of the eukaryotes is the prokaryote, and this prokaryote will become a eukaryote unicellular first and can be heterotrophs and autotrophs. Autotrophs can be chemoautotrophs, lithoautotrophs, or photoautotrophs or other, while the heterotrophs is the multicellular and can be carnivores, omnivores, and herbivores, which that is the different mode of nutrition on the basis of different environment. So thanks for watching.